My name is Muehleisen. I'm with the CWI database architectures team. MonetDB is one of our projects. And I would like to talk a bit about the observations that I have had from not so many years, I have to admit, oh, there's a stars, right? Not so many years, but sort of looking at the landscape a bit, and especially from the data science background. So the first thing that I want to talk about is outside in. We, and I, in this sense, I mean the data management community, are very great at sort of, embracing something. Maybe have to be careful a bit about crushing things. So here is, some examples for people. This is just for R because I happen to like R a lot, of enterprise data management systems, for example, Oracle or HANA, now embracing R. And this is a bit of a, I think it's a bit of a crushing embrace. We also have SQL Server, just was announced this week, coming in 2016. I don't know what that means, but okay. So what I want to say here is that we tend to draw technologies into the world that we understand, into the database, right? And that means that we have full control. We still own the entire world, and maybe that's not the right way to go about this. Obviously, I'm guilty myself. We have added R to MonetDB. This is an example on how the syntax looks like, because everyone likes a bit of syntax, I think. It's not really important what it does. It does a long format to wide format to short format conversion here, and you can see that you can run a SQL query and then run that result of that query through an R function, then run a SQL query on that again. So this is obviously a very powerful way because we can go between these two worlds very quickly. The problem is, again, that this is inside the world that we know. This is another example that we've just been working on at the moment, where basically we do the same thing, but we turn the data from the database into NumPy arrays and then run some Python function on it, right? So this is an example of we pull the outside into the database. So can we call this mission accomplished? Well, maybe, maybe you remember this picture. And obviously, no. So what I'd like to propose today is to go more into the direction of inside out, where we take the core components of a data management system and make those available to people out there that are scripting things, that are building systems on whatever infrastructure. And I think one of the reasons for proposing this was actually the root system that we've heard about earlier, because I was always asking myself, what on earth, caused this redevelopment? And I think we could help these redevelopments by making our results available. So to illustrate this is a Scottish castle, and you have to imagine that somebody is now standing on this bridge there asking entrance into the arcane world of databases, right? You want to use something that the people in the castle have. And the first question would be, are you willing to convert your data into a format we like? Well, yeah, one might say that's fine. Would you love to learn our strange language? Well, okay. And are you ready to be satisfied with a not supported? And only if you agree to all these points, you can come and play. And I think the answer in many cases will be no thanks, because that's just too much of an effort. And this is just a textbook picture of a database architecture, generic database architecture. And there's all these little boxes, and they're all in one big gray box here. But if we think about it in a different way, if you think about components here, we could actually draw a lot of components out there, and these are fruits of hard-won research results that we can put out there. For example, the whole query parsing, rewrite, optimizing stack is something that is incredibly difficult to pull out of a database system. The same holds true, for example, for a log manager. There's a lot of research, a lot of implementation effort that went into how to properly do logs. What if we make this available to people that are just writing a program that does something specific? Here within the plan executor, one point that I'd like to make there is there's operators in there. One example would be, for example, a distributed radix join, which is a highly main memory optimized operator to join two datasets together. And this is buried somewhere deep in a database system. But what if we could make this available? What if we could make these things available into other systems, for example, such as R or Python, for people to solve their specific problems without having to go through the whole process of crossing the bridge to the little castle. And what I'd like to stress is that let's maybe try not to miss the boat one more time and support the data scientist with components that we have built. With that, I thank you.
Thank you.